Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Aeon. Okay, let's see. What do these tea leaves have to say? What is going on? And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay. Oh, and here we are. We have our first face. First face of the night. We have, it looks like a dog, maybe a wolf. We have the eyes. We have the we have the snoot. And we have the nose right here. Maybe almost like the paws, like it has its head kind of laying on its paws. Okay, so in a restful place. Yeah, and this makes sense to me. We just had the full wolf moon. And so we really are in that real primal canine energy, aren't we? Vicious. Just absolutely in that place of do what you must, right? I'm going to get through this thing whichever way I have to, okay? Don't put me in a corner. It won't end up good, will it? And so, you know, there is that energy, but there's also this lovely kind of laying and resting. I can imagine like a dog by the fire, right? Kind of laying there, keeping an eye on the house, but the fire's still going. If it's the wolf, hopefully they're outside, right? Hopefully they're not in your house sleeping next to your fire. But yes, they do. I think that this is a time of not inactivity, but rest, right? To be able to slow down a beat, but still, and you can see the eyes are open, still keeping an eye on things going on, okay? But really, that fighting spirit, can't discount that at all. Okay, let's turn this, and then I want to come back because I see a couple of things that are really interesting. Okay, so we turn it this way, and it looks like a lion on this side. You can see it's kind of side profile. Here's the nose. Here's kind of the scruffy whiskers and mouth. The eye, okay? And kind of looking over this way. Now let's see. Is there anything over here that it is looking at? I'm trying to decide. It kind of looks like an acorn right here, which is interesting. I've had the acorn more than once recently. So with the lion, of course, we think Leo. Maybe you have a Leo person in your life. Maybe you have a prominent Leo placement, since it is part of the same formation turned. Okay, and so sometimes when we have a formation that as you turn the bowl, it changes into other aspects, other parts of the dynamic. It is further detail to a core being, meaning, concept within the reading. So I look at this and I think, yeah, this could either be somebody who is very close to you, very much on your mind, or this is another aspect of self. Okay, and so maybe you do have that prominent Leo placement. And I'm looking over here at this acorn. It looks like it's kind of gazing off to the side. And as I see that, I think, the acorn is like a seed. It is to be sowed and to begin the process of growing a tree, of course. And the tree is, putting down roots. Really beginning something in your life that is kind of a pillar, right? Moving to a new town, starting a new job, beginning a family, adding on to the family, really big parts of your life, not little, things that come and go. This is a tree. This is something that populates. If you could imagine your life as a forest, not just a singular tree, the forest is composed of a lot of different rites of passage, a lot of things that really begin to define aspects of our life, time periods of our life, things that are important to us. And so I look and I see there is a sense of, hello. I know you want your pets, but there is a sense of one must be brave, right? That's what the lion says to me always. The bravery. The, you are getting so big. You've always been so big. He's actually getting a little smaller. He's about to be 17 years old, my boy. But I forget how he is kind of heavy. Okay, so, yes, bravery. Okay, be brave, dear heart. The kind of gathering the strength to do this thing, to make this large move in life. And it is. It's, these are the things that sometimes make or break us. These are the things that shape the configurations of our life, of our families, of the people who will stay close to us. It's not always the things, the fallouts, the losses, the tower moments that show us, can we get through this life together? But often it's the things that are supposed to be fun, good, exciting, traveling together, having a home together, moving to a new area together. These are the things that sometimes are too much. They end up being too much. And you see, we're not really matched, or, the family isn't going to, work in the same way that it once did, because it's time for us to kind of work on our own forests, our own landscapes. I'm going to stick with that metaphor. But yeah, I do. I see you being quite brave. I see this interaction, this love, this bond being quite brave. And I think that it also takes a lot of vigilance, but patience. Okay? And let's see. Hi, are you giving me kisses, TT? You're sweet. You little sweetums. Okay, so we do have the mammaries, and you can see those here. So the female mammaries, or breasts, I guess I can say that on YouTube, I don't know. I never know what I'm allowed to say. I don't know what the algorithm will like. But yes, so a sense of, yes, motherhood, sustenance, growth, like the inspiration, the sweet dews of the god, mana. Not exactly ambrosia, but something akin, and it is the thing that, feeds our soul. And I feel that there's this placement of mother here. Now we do have the Aeon card, and it's very solar, heliocentric, I would say, as it has Horus in his various forms, but it also has Nuit, who is the grandmother, the mother, the primordial, one of the primordial mothers, the night sky, the cosmos, the thing which all things come from, right? The beginning and the end. An aspect of that, right? And so I look at this and I think there's just this sense of finding footing, finding kinship, looking for life in all of this, static, this fog. It's very foggy here right now. It has been for a couple of days, 3 days maybe. Especially at night. And it's beautiful. But there's this feeling, of course, there's the eeriness of it, right? But there's this feeling of being in that place where anything could be, because it's so veiled. Nobody's looking at you. You are under cover. You are given cover. And I'm looking at this bowl and I'm thinking, there's a sense of navigating through something profound. Some kind of existential time in life. And I think it is backed up right against an important decision that has probably already been made. I think you're already in it. You're already in the motion of it all. But that doesn't mean there aren't reservations or anxieties, excitement, joy, but, tempered. Let's not get too excited if it falls apart. I think this is kind of in the back of the mind, right? And I'm looking here, and this is the first thing I really kind of saw in the bowl here. And we have a person with a goose pointing over here, and we have another person who seems to be, it looks to me like battling. They have some kind of thing in their hand, and there seems to be an animal. And I was thinking it maybe is a goat. It looks like a goat to me. And then up here we have another person who has something in their hand, and they are going after this serpent. Okay. And so I feel like when we look at the person with the goose, and they're pointing, and there is a sense of alarm. The goose looks like its neck is raised straight up. It looks like it's about to start going off, right? Squawking like a goose does. Running at you. And having quite aggressive, but protective, and I think that this is kind of an undercurrent of feeling, protecting of self. There's something that's just, I don't know. I don't know if this is kind of an old coping mechanism, or if this is something that really your intuition is really picking up on. Something isn't right here. Things aren't adding up. Maybe this is not the right move. But I feel like then there's this sense of a lot of sacrifice. Okay, so I have to make some compromises. Maybe this is not exactly what I envisioned for myself, but this is for the greater good, and I'm going to make some sacrifices. I'm going to have to, let go of some of this feeling here, because I know in my logical mind, to make this work, I'm going to have to just, let go of some of what I had dreamt of, or what I had planned for myself. And this happens. This happens in life. It always happens, right? There's no way that it can't. Especially if you have a family involved. Especially if, you're trying to work out some kind of deal. It doesn't always go the way that we want it or think it should. That doesn't mean it's not what we need. Okay. So we have to kind of weigh that out. Now with the snake, and there is a crescent moon over top. So that's a powerful image. And as I'm looking, and we have another serpent over here. And this one really looks like it's going. It's moving quickly. And I can't help but think, that there's somebody in this whole mixture of things, and I feel like it must be out of jealousy. I don't know why or how or what the reason is. But I feel like it's like they're throwing hex with their words. This is a person who has no impulse control. This is a person who is not self-aware, does not understand their own place in their own life. So they spend it watching other people, and often angry about the fact that other people are doing things that they want to be doing, things that they want to have. They're spending all their time watching instead of doing, instead of figuring things out for themselves. So, I think this is a place where you might know exactly who I'm talking about. And I feel like there is a need to safeguard yourself from this energy, especially during a time of transition. It doesn't mean you have to cast them out of your life, although I wouldn't blame you. But it needs to be addressed. And usually, as I've gotten older, I'm not very confrontational anymore. But, I think usually when we disengage, when we do not feed into it, we just kind of put our heads down and do our work and mind our own business. And, you know, sometimes we have to even just shut off the social medias and that kind of thing, because that's really where a lot of this comes from, I think. But if you're not on there, you don't know what the heck's going on. I haven't been on there in months. I have no idea what's going on with anybody. And guess what? Very few people, you know, my core people, of course, I talk to, but very few people keep up with me. Let me know what they're doing, you know, even message me back sometimes, you know, because I'm not in the mix of things. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. And we're all busy. You know, that's another aspect. But it is a freeing feeling. It is. It's nice to have no clue. I'm going to be honest with you. Just to kind of go through life doing the things that I need to do, having a fairly clear mind. You know, because it does. A lot of things take up real estate in your mind. And you know, about people I don't even really know that much about, you know, or I once did. And, you know, whatever it is. But, so, what do you think, TT? Now, we also have, oh, don't put your tail in there, please, Missy. Do you want to go? Come on, come on. Thank you. We have two people dancing, three people, 1, 2, 3, dancing beneath the moon. We also have a horse. It looks like a horse, maybe. And I feel like these are your soul people. You have your people that maybe they're chosen family, maybe they are, you know, a few of your closest family members or the people within your blood family who kind of speak the same language as you. Whatever or whoever these people might be, these are the people who are celebrating with you. These are the people who are really cheering for you, rooting for you, and enjoying life with you where you can. And when it's rough, when things get, you know, hard, and we need somebody to just laugh with, we need somebody to cry with, these are your people. And so I think this is a time where you're limiting access to yourself. You know, to the people that really matter, focusing on these larger movements of life. And this is where the success is going to come from. You know, I think sometimes, and we're so lucky, don't get me wrong, we're so lucky we live in a time where we have access to so much information, but there's so much distraction as well. And so we have to be choosy. And now I also see, and this is the last one I'll look at on here, we have a person riding a dragon. You can see them right here in such a confident posture, riding the dragon. And this to me is a sign of being in control of your emotions. Your anger, lashing out, getting in those arguments, stay out of the comments, the pettiness, right? And that's a good feeling. That's when you know you've arrived in your own life, right? When you start, okay, so people hurt your feelings. Yeah, people have silly things to say. Yes, people hide behind their keyboards, and you know, you might even it's so bizarre when it's somebody you know, and you know you're gonna like see them out in the wild, but they're on their phone, computer, whatever, just running their mouth, and you're like, what are you doing? Because when I see you, you're not gonna say anything to me, you know? But then you get to a point where it's like, what am I gonna do about this? Who cares? If that's how you want to spend your time, that's how you spend your time. Bless you, right? And I see that it's like it is a evolution of self that feels so good. It feels good to detach from that stuff. I mean, you really I think about it like traffic, because I was a city person for most of my life. And I moved out into the middle of nowhere, basically. And there's not really traffic, not a lot of traffic. And I think about, my goodness, I spent so many hours, probably years of my life in a car, right? Waiting. And I'm from California, so you know. It's very like crazy traffic. But I think about this the same way about these kinds of people in our lives, especially people who know us personally, and they just behave this way. And you think, how many hours of my life have I spent thinking about how some person who is out of control of themselves behaves? That has nothing to do with me. They're pulling my name into things, or, my essence into things, because they are hurting. They have their own things going on. And we lose so much of our life getting involved in stuff like that. It's not worth it. It's not. So, anyways, Libra, we have a person sitting here in a meditative posture. So there we go. We also have a dove. Okay, so we have a dove here, right? We have a dove here. I forgot to point this. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, there's a dove right there. So there's movement of spirit. So alive in your life and feeling free. Really, a feeling of freedom. Letting go. And then allowing you the space, the energy, the ability to do these other things, these big things in your life, without being weighed down by all this other little stuff. It's not important. Also, let's see. We have 11 and we have a 3. Okay, so I want to tell you about your numbers real quick. We have an 11 and a 3. Those are important. And you know why. I don't know why. You have to tell me why. No, you don't have to. You don't have to tell me. But if you'd like to tell me, why are they important? Why are they important to you? Let me get my words together. Okay, so we have the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards. And these are from Megan Watterson. Illustrations by Moonjube. And I was just thinking about my husband and I were watching Love on the Spectrum. We never saw the first season, and we saw the second one came out, I guess, and so we started watching it today, and we were like, so many things felt so familiar to us. I love that show. All of the people on it are so amazing, and I don't know. But it's nice to see representation and to see things that I know exactly what they're talking about. I feel the same way. And so many times through the whole show. So I'm excited to watch more of that. Hopefully before bed I can get an episode in or whatever. But yeah, good show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. All right, so I'm going to go through there. And also, I always say my husband. Shout out to my husband, Dove and Serpent Tarot. His name is Paul. I know some people call him Dave. They're like, hey, Dave. I think it's a typo because they're calling him Dove, but his name is Paul. Okay, so it says, beloved, love never ends. Beloved, love never ends. Yes. And that is that divine love, isn't it? The interior love, the manifestation of spirit, the universe, the cosmos, divinity, God, goddess, and all in all. Agape. Let's go ahead and see what one other one. I haven't gotten through this deck all the way. I haven't seen them all. Okay, it says judgment. The whole point is to be human. Yes. The whole point is to be human. And we are flawed, aren't we? We are. We judge ourselves a little too harshly sometimes. Also, I just want to say, I saw this the other day when I pulled this card the other day. And I was like, is that how you spell judgment? I guess in my head I was thinking it has an E in the middle, so I had to look it up. Okay, I'm not a great speller. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I did not do super well in school. I'm a proficient reader, definitely, and I read a lot. But and then I saw that, yes, and it is spelled with an E in the middle in the UK, supposedly. I don't know. But that's, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that's how it's spelled, how I spell it. So I don't know. I've been spelling it wrong this whole time, but I think you can go either way, probably. I don't know. I should check my spell check. All right. So, Libra, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you would like to leave a comment, please do. And if you have a small channel or... No. If you have a channel or small business or some kind of service that you provide, or if you just want to look and see what people who interact with the channel are doing, go over to the community post section. There is a post at the top. You can advertise there. And if you want to go over to my husband's channel, again, it's Dove and Serpent Tarot, and post it on his community section post. He has the same post over there. Go over. He has a lot more subscribers than I do, so more people will see your stuff as well. Oh, that hurt. That was a little chomp, wasn't it? And yeah, please do. We feel so lucky to have the love and support of so many people here. We want to, provide a space. I know our channels aren't huge, but we have some traffic here, so we want to provide a space where we can support your work, just like you support our work. It is, it means so much to us, the people that we interact with, the people who come here and spend their time and are you done? And so, yes, it's our little, it's our honor, both of us. And I speak for both of us because I know we've talked about it and I know that we both are on the same page. So Anyways, I want to tell you, I love you. I thank you. We will talk in a few days. Take care of yourself. And TT says, good night. Good night, huh? She's very sassy. I made some, what was it? Shrimp. I keep getting it stuck in my head at different shrimp corn chowder. I'm like, did I make corn chowder? No, it was shrimp and corn chowder, which I cooked most of the afternoon. And so little sassy pants over here got a couple bites of shrimp, and now she thinks she's the queen of everything, don't you? All right, love you guys. Bye-bye.